Okay folks, hello, welcome back to Fallout 4, another quest playthrough. We're going to go over here and talk to Sturges, and we're going to do the quest Sanctuary, although it's a bit misty. So let's have a quick chat to Sturges. Yes, we're willing to do some work.
I'd be glad to help. Just tell me what you need.
Well, for starters, we could use some real beds. We've been sleeping on the ground for too long. Just make sure we can sleep with a roof over our heads. Some of these old houses still look solid enough to do the trick. There's a workbench over there you can use. Give me a holler if you need anything.
Okay, so we started the quest Sanctuary. So nice simple quest this one. A little bit of an introduction to settlement building, which is kind of what we're going to do. I'm not going to go too in depth in this particular video. We're just going to do enough to do the quest. But what's Dogmeat found? I dare say Dogmeat will probably find quite a lot of things in Sanctuary. Hello Dogmeat, what have you found? What have you found? Okay, where are we going? I'll tell you what, Dogmeat, you've got an incredible sense of smell if you can find things that far away. What have you found, Dogmeat? Right away. Yes, there we go. Right, anyway. Right, so what we're going to do, we want to set up some beds, but I'm not going to set them up in there. Normally what I would do is build a sort of specific set of buildings, but just to complete the quest, I'm going to set them up in my old house, or one of the other old houses. As you can see, well, hopefully you can see, it's a little bit dark, but we've got all sorts of things lying around here. If we go into the build menu, as you can see, there's all sorts of things we can do. One of those is to scrap things which will be highlighted in yellow or green. So we can scrap this ruined house. So let's scrap that, and you can see it's going to give us 15 steel, 20 wood, 15 concrete and 5 rubber. So if we go ahead and scrap that, that gets rid of it. That gives us an empty plinth. We can also scrap this door. Okay. Right. So this gives us an empty plinth to work on. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of settlement development later. Right now, I'm just going to do what I need to do. I'm just going to do what I need to do to complete the quest. So let's go ahead and just keep scrapping stuff. Let's get ourselves some building materials. I'm probably going to come and tidy all this up later and do a little bit of work. But right now, I'm just going to go ahead and we'll just sort of go through and scrap various things just to get stuff. So we can scrap cars, which gives us steel. We can scrap all these picket fences, which gives us wood. We can also store these in the workshop because they are identical to various things that we will be able to use. So we can actually select it, and selecting it means that we can move it about like that and replace it. And if we click on it, right click on it or click on it or do something with it, I'm going to need to check that what we can do to put it in the workshop, but we can do that, save us scrapping it. If it's yellow, we can't move it or do anything other than scrap it, so we're going to do that. This is our house, our old house. I'm going to leave, in fact I don't think I'm going to use our old house because there's a lot of stuff in there that I don't want to muck about with. So let's use the next house along. Let's go into this one. So let's go ahead and scrap the car and just tidy up this house. Okay, so as you can see, we've pretty much cleared everything out in here. So the house is now pretty much empty. So what we're going to do, we're going to use this blank canvas to create ourselves a little bit of a nice house. But let me just pick up this. I'm just going to come out and pick up this cap stash because I don't want to lose that. Okay, so let's go back into the build menu. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is build some beds. As you can see across the top there, the bed score is red because there aren't enough. There's 5 people in settlement, so we need at least 5 beds. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start in what was the original bedroom. I'm going to go across and we're going to go and select beds. Now we've got a few choices. We can build a large bed like that, or we can build a small bed like that. You can see the mat materials they use is pretty much the same regardless, or we can just put a mattress down. Or we can just use sleeping bags. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to use these little beds because I can squeeze a lot more of them in to a much smaller space. And we'll put another bed there, and we'll put another bed there, and that's all we can build because we've run out of cloth. But we have completed the requirements for the quest. So let's come out of the build menu and we'll go and find Sturges, who is over here somewhere. Following that quest marker, let's go and see if we can find him. Usually to be found either inside the house or round the back, hammering on a wall somewhere. That's not him, that's Marcy, that's Mother Murphy, which means Sturges is here.
Hey, Sturges.
I like it. Having a place to sleep will improve everyone's spirits. What we need now is a reliable source of clean water.
I'm on it. Clean water coming up.
Great. Thanks again.
Okay, so next challenge is to produce some clean water. Now we've got a few options for what we can do here. We can put some basic water pumps in, and we can put in an electric powered water purifier. I'm going to go initially with just using the ordinary pumps. So let's just scrap a few more things. We'll leave that capable. It is literally the golden rule of settlement development at any point is scrap absolutely everything that you are not going to use. Just get rid of it. Create space, gain yourself building materials. Right, so what we need to do is put some water pumps in, and I usually put them here. If I go across to resources and go up to water, we've got the option to build some water pumps. And I can actually build 10 of them, which is useful because I don't actually need 10 of them. Okay, that's highly annoying. It's not going to let me put them there. Why is it not going to let me put them here? I know I can only place them in dirt, but that is normally where I put them. Put them over this side? Okay, let me put them over here. Oh, darn it. What keeps happening is I keep pressing the mouse button to place the object, and that's not right. Okay, I'm actually going to put a third one in, even though we technically don't need it. So we've got 3. Okay, so let's come out of there. So we've got 3 water pumps, and that's going to give us some water supply for the time being. So again, that's completed that requirement for the quest. So let's go and find Sturges, who's moved on somewhere else. He is, where is he? He's over here somewhere. Where on earth is he? Where is he? Is this quest marker leading me astray? I think this quest marker is leading me astray. There's no way he's down here. What on earth? I think that quest marker is leading me astray there. Okay, let me go and find Sturges. Okay, and it's good news. He's actually still in exactly the same place. So let's talk to him.
Hey, Sturges.
I feel better already, knowing we have a reliable supply of clean water. I hope you don't mind me asking for some more help, but our food supplies are running low. If we're gonna settle here, we'll need to get some crops established.
I'll start planting right away.
Good deal.
Okay, so our next challenge is to plant some crops. Now we do actually have some crops already around here, and we can actually harvest these crops, and that allows us
Seems to be growing well.
to increase our food stocks. So let's do that. I think we've got 3 here that we can harvest, 2 melons and a gourd. Now I have to be honest, this is always a little bit tricky because of the funny ground here. So what I'm actually going to do is bring up the build menu. I'm going to scrap all of this fencing. In fact, I might be able to store it instead of scrap it. No, I'm going to scrap it. So let's scrap all of this fencing, gates, and everything else. It's a little bit strange because in the PS4 version, you can actually store things like this. You don't have to scrap them, but in this game you appear to have to scrap them. I've been able to store furniture and things, but I don't seem to be able to store things like fence posts and whatnot. So let's just go through and scrap it all because it just gets it out of the way. That was the fence. Let's just pick up. We've got a fence post as well. Okay, I've decided I am definitely going to get myself a gaming mouse with multiple buttons because it's a bit of a... It's a little bit fiddly, if I'm completely honest, to control this with a mouse. Don't say have you done it yet, because I clearly haven't. Okay, so that's cleared a bit of space for us. So what we're now going to do, we're going to try... Oops, let's scrap that. We're going to try and plant what we've got. So let's go into resources again. Let's go to food. And as you can see, we don't have any carrots, we don't have any corn, but we do have a gourd. So let's go ahead and see if we can plant that gourd. Will it let me spin it around? Yes, it will. Okay, so let's plant that. So that gives us one. Now you'll notice it needs to have a settler assigned to it. I'm going to do that in a minute once I've sort of planted everything I've got available to me. Okay, so I've got 3 melons, so I'm going to go ahead and plant those. Whoops, plant those melons. And this is where I start having all sorts of weird placement issues because it's really awkward about where it lets me place things. There we go. So we have 60% of our food placed, and I actually think I've planted everything that I had. Now I've had issues with this quest before because I don't have enough. Don't have enough spare crops to meet the requirement. Okay, if you hang on there for a second, we shall cut forward. I shall go ahead and get some more crops. Okay folks, well this has been an absolute faff. I have basically ended up travelling to Diamond City. I've picked up a piper on the way. He was lurking around here somewhere. Where is she? Here she is. I've picked up a piper. But what I've also done is picked up some nut fruit and some other bits and pieces. So I've made my way back to Sanctuary, so hopefully I can plant these things and complete this bit of the quest. So if I open up the build menu and head back over to resources and go back into food, I have now got some things that I can plant. So I have a melon, so I'm going to go ahead and plant that. Come backwards slightly and I'm going to plant a nut fruit because I've got one of those as well. And I'm going to go ahead and plant, I've got 2 potato plants, so I'm going to go ahead, whoops, and plant those as well. So we've now hit 100%, so we've planted everything we need. As you can see, they've automatically been picked up by the people who are already assigned to gardening, which I believe are the longs. They can take up to six plants each that they can look after. Any more than that, you have to assign more settlers to look after your crops. But right now, we've completed what we need to do the quest. So let's come out of the workshop menu and go and find Sturges, who appears to be just over there. Let's have a chat to Sturges. Let's have a chat to Sturges.
Now, this place is starting to feel like home. Now that we can grow our own food, I think we can really make a go with this. Trouble is, the more we establish ourselves here, the more of a target we become. What we need is to get some defenses set up. Then maybe Preston will be able to relax a little bit.
I'm on it.
Ah, thanks. It'll make everyone feel more secure here.
Okay, so next little stage of this quest is to build some defences. Okay, now, if you've seen my sort of settlement tour from my PS4 game, you see I've done quite a lot at Sanctuary. Obviously here at the moment I haven't really done a great deal, and we're only doing what we need to do to complete the quest. I've obviously built that fence all the way around and put gantries up and whatever, and it's a very secure settlement. Right now this is pretty open, but, excuse me, all we need to do to complete the quest is just put a couple of turrets up, basically, is all we need to do. So if I just open the build menu again. Okay, first thing I am going to do is scrap this car. We'll scrap that tyre, and we'll scrap this trash can because they're all kind of in the way. And then what we're going to do, if I come out of resources and go over to defence, and I go to turrets, I can build some turrets. So I'm going to pop one there, which actually is enough to complete the quest, but I'm going to put another one over this side as well. There we go. So we've got ourselves 2 turrets by the entrance. Let's just come out of the build menu. 2 turrets by the entrance, that gives us a defence score of 10. which is enough to pass the quest, but it isn't actually enough to properly defend the settlement. So I'm going to come back off camera and do a little bit of settlement development here. In fact, I might actually do it on camera. I might record it and just show you the settlement development. But we're going to come back, do a bit of settlement development. If you look over there, that's Trash Can Carla. But we've completed what we need to do for this quest, so let's make our way back to Sturges, who is still over here somewhere. I think he was making his way outside through the door when we left, so let's see where he is. Where is he? He is just there.
Hey, Sturges.
Another
bit of a glitch here.
Thanks for doing that. We'll all sleep better at night knowing we have some defenses set up. It's been a long road. But yeah, I think this is it. Home. Feels good.
I was glad to help.
Well, I appreciate it. Of course, you know you're welcome anytime. My door's always open to you. Windows, too. Some of the walls actually come to think of it. I guess I better get back to it. Take care now.
And there we go. I don't know what that was that just popped up there. I think that was somebody. Cosworth like that and Piper like that.
Of course not, sir. I'm just waiting to find a free day in my schedule. Yes, sir.
What on earth Cosworth is talking about? But anyway, we've got some good. Well, it's not karma as such. You don't have karma in this game, but we've got some admiration from Cosworth and Piper for that. So there we go. That's the end of Sanctuary. We finally completed it. So thank you very much for watching, and we shall be back very, very soon with another quest playthrough. Thank you, Preston, for interrupting me. I'll see you again soon.